brothers and sisters, don't look behind me. Don't look at it. No, I'm just playing. Brothers and sisters, take a deep breath in with me, with the belly, not your chest. Hold. Exhale. One more. Seriously, do this with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hold. Now hold. And exhale. Sisters and brothers, this is something I've been wanting to talk about, but I've honestly been a little afraid to talk about it. Why? Because, well, quite frankly, I was really embarrassed to talk about it. Now let me explain something. Tourette's syndrome, okay? Also called the nervous tick, okay? So growing up, it started in 4th grade for me, and this is hope for anybody out there that has a nervous tick, as what they call it, or Tourette syndrome. I'm gonna give you hope here, okay? Because people grow out of it. Now, I had it when it started, and I'll never forget when it started, because I started going like this. I started shaking my head, and I couldn't understand why. And it happened for a long time. And I would also like say things like fuck. I'd be like saying random words, and I could not help it. It was almost like, and I would try as hard as I can to help it, but there was no stopping. There was no stopping it. And anybody out there with Tourette syndrome, understand, brothers and sisters, believe in yourself. If you don't know the time, believe in yourself. I had, they called it a nervous tick, but I had Tourette syndrome. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I've been a little bit embarrassed to talk about this. And this is the first time I'm actually talking about it on my channel, and not just my channel, to everybody that watches my channel. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate if you did like and subscribe. Peace be with you, also with you. Now understand, this story goes deep. Now, I'm not sure why this happened, and I don't know. I believe it's a neurological disorder. This is my story. So, a long time ago, well, as you may know if you've been watching my videos, I was adopted at the age of 4 years old, okay? And when I was adopted, something obviously happened to me internally and mentally. Whatever it did, it really screwed me up in the head. This is what happened. So, anything you put me at, football, I was not a big fan of basketball. I wasn't that tall. Now I'm pretty tall. I could play basketball if I wanted to. I just choose not to because I like other sports better. But I was really good at football. Anything you put me at, but I remember I could have become easily a professional hockey player. And I mean it when I say I was so good at hockey. I was the best in my league at hockey. True story. But I had Tourette syndrome, and I would constantly go like this. I would jitter my head, and this went on for years, and nobody could understand what was going on. They took me to doctors, and they're like, he has a nervous tick. And this goes along with anxiety. Again, this is my first time really explaining this, and am I embarrassed about it now? No, because you know what? I want to give other people out there and parents hope, because a lot of times children will grow out of this. A lot of times it's a phase that children go through, from what I've read, and I've read a lot about it. As a matter of fact, I watched a documentary full of children basically saying, don't be scared of us. This is us. We can't help it. And when I say we can't help it, when I had it, like, it was to the point where I couldn't help it. Like, and what helped me, believe it or not, was Xanax. Okay? And I still, to this day, will twitch my head, but can I control it? Yes, that's the thing. I don't know how I've gained control of it, but I've gained complete control of it. Now, the reason why I sometimes do it, it's almost like an addiction. Now, I can't fully explain why I do it. Again, this is my first time ever telling my story. Now, my fiance has something to tell you. If you want to tell her, babe? Yes, you're going to tell the world. It is embarrassing. Well, it's not embarrassing for me, because you know why it's not embarrassing? Because a lot of people go through this. Now tell your story. At first I thought her story was funny, but I'm gonna tell you this shit ain't funny, it's scary.
I had a nervous tick, alright? And I kept saying things over and over again, and I'll brush my hair when I get back. I just kind of...
Shush, just tell them your story.
Alright, so my story was I could not stop saying things over and over again, physically lost control over my speech, and I kept saying, I need a Capital One card, I need a Kit Kat bar, over and over again. I need a Capital One
how
bar,
often did this happen is the question.
Bar. It happened, like, it started happening one day, and I couldn't control it, and I really couldn't stop saying it over and over again. And I talked to my older sister.
Scary. Then that's scary.
To take me to the hospital, and the doctor was like, check me out, and he was like, I'm gonna give you some pain medicine.
And did it work?
Yes.
What worked for you?
He shot me up with Ativan, and I was able to, like, stop saying it over and over again, which was quite a blessing. And
absolutely.
There is medications for whatever you might be going through in your life, you know.
And brothers and sisters, I'm only telling you, this is the first time I've ever told my story, and I'm not just to anybody, to the world, or to whomever listens to my channel. This is something serious that I've gone through, okay? And it isn't. During the time that I had it, it was so embarrassing, and it was like, am I ever going to get over this? Well, I didn't know if I was going to ever get over it. And I remember people started treating me differently. And I remember I was in the 5th grade, went from the 4th grade to the 5th grade, and into the 6th grade in Virginia, okay? And it slowly started dissipating. And they didn't prescribe me anything. But going on into my life's journey, it kept happening, and I couldn't understand why. But if you don't know what it's like to have Tourette syndrome, and they said it was a nervous tick, okay? Nervous twitch, nervous tick. Dude, I had Tourette syndrome, okay? And another thing I would say, and I'm a little embarrassed, but I'm gonna do it. I would say, I could not help it, dude. And I don't know. And it's like, I couldn't understand my head and my brain. I'm like, what? Dude, this shit makes me cry sometimes thinking about it, man. Like, and I see, like, these children going through it, and I'm like, why? But why the fuck do we have to go through this? What is it, a neurological disorder? And, dude, it hurt me so bad. Like, when I say it hurt, dude, it fucking hurt. Because I couldn't understand it. And then I remember my, like, teacher had to put up with me in class. At least that's probably the way she felt. And it hurt me so fucking bad. It's like, well, she had to put up with me because I had a nervous twitch or Tourette syndrome. Yes, I had Tourette syndrome. And, like, to be honest, that shit fucking hurt, man. When I was ignored, she came back, and I was so excited. Her name was Miss James. I'll never forget it. My name's James. I'm about to change my name to King Loki to King James, because I am now King James. King Low-Key speaking. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. I'd very much appreciate it. I'm here to give hope, love to the world, faith to the world, and God we trust. Man, I've came so far in my life, but when I had Tourette syndrome, it scared me because I thought I was going to have it for the rest of my life. Now, to mothers and fathers out there, specifically the mothers that are wondering, why is my child doing this? Listen, I'm going to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I don't know why I was doing it. But I can tell you everything I did, I was really, really good at. When it came down, you put me in any sport, dude, I would knock it out of the park. Except for baseball, because I was not a baseball fan. But if you put me into, I was the best at, true story, dude. I was the best in my league at hockey. Plain and simply said, in Virginia, this is when it started. And when did it end is the question. Well, it slowly dissipated. And I don't believe I was prescribed any drugs except for a low dose of Xanax. So, and I'm not suggesting anybody get on Xanax. I'm only telling you, from my perspective, I've been through so much post-traumatic stress. And this is one of the stressful things that I've been through is, and I've never talked about this specifically on camera, Tourette syndrome, man. I had that shit, dude. And it scared me. And not only did it scare me, it scared my mom. Probably the father that adopted me. He probably didn't give a shit, I don't know. But he probably did, because at the time I was just a young child, and he did care about me, and until I started looking like my father. The father who is my biological father. But I want to give any children out there that is going through this, I want to give you hope. And the mothers and fathers, I want to give you hope and let you know that a lot of times this is a phase. I would say, and I don't know the statistics, but my statistics guess would be 50 to 60% grow out of it, okay? And again, this is one of the hardest things is I've ever had to do and come out and talk about. And the reason why I'm talking about it is because I want to let you know that there's hope. Brothers and sisters, family, you are my family. And I talk about this family because we are family. On my channel, we're family. And again, I would never have thought in a million years that I would come out on camera and put this on YouTube and say that, look, dude, I had Tourette syndrome. And then I went through a really rough life. I went through a really troubled history. But my brothers and sisters, there is hope, okay? Go to the doctor if you have this. And I'm only telling you what helped me was a sedative. Something that relaxed my mind. Because my mind, probably like a lot of the people who have Tourette syndrome, move 1,000,000 miles per hour. And let me tell you, children with Tourette syndrome, from what I've acknowledged, are fucking brilliant. Excuse my language, but I'm gonna say it again. They're fucking brilliant, dude. These are children that should not be ignored. They're brilliant, to say the least. And a lot of people don't know this about me. And again, this is why I'm bringing it up. There is hope. And again, I did watch a documentary about children, and I think there was like 13 kids talking about their Tourette syndrome and saying, look, don't look at us differently because we have Tourette syndrome, and everybody has their own different thing. So it's ironic that me and my fiance both had something similar happen to us. Hers was short-lived, okay? I'm not even gonna do that. It was short-lived. Mine went on for 2 or 3 years. How I outgrew it, I don't know. It's a neurological disorder. But brothers and sisters, there's hope, and there's help out there. And for the mothers and fathers that are going through this, listen, dude. I don't know your pain, but I can only tell you from the pain of an individual that's gone through what I've gone through. Like, it fucking hurt, man, because I felt like I was disappointing my parents, and I felt like I was disappointing other people, because that shit fucking not only... What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, okay? But not only did it probably scare the hell out of my mother, it's scaring me, man. So, like, if you think it scares you, imagine how your children feel, okay? And I'm just putting that out there. So, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. I got great content coming. I think 1,000,000 miles per hour. Shout out to Elon Musk. Shout out to my mentor. And shout out to my mom, who did everything she could to help me with this disease. I don't know if it's a disease. I don't even know what they call it. A neurological disorder. I don't really know, because I don't study it, and I just look past my past, because what it did to me. And remember this: if you don't got a girlfriend, you can always lean on a tree. And I said this 6 months ago, before I had my fiance. And I want to give my thanks and praises to my fiance. I love her very much. But dude, for me to come out and state what I'm saying, dude, I'm telling you, man, this shit hurt. Especially when my 5th grade teacher, going into 4th to my 5th grade, she came back, Miss James, I'll never forget you. You fucking ignored me. I said it with the F word. You fucking ignored me, dude. Why? Because you had to deal with me having Tourette syndrome. I said it. Anyways, I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I hope this gives insight to anybody that has or is going through a child, or if you're a child, like, show this to your kid, man. There's hope, man. I grew out of it. And I think what causes it is trauma. And I can tell you from my what gave me the trauma, I think, was when I was 4 years old and telling I have a different dad. I don't know. It could be wrong. But I think that was the trauma that stood up. I believe, and this is just my opinion, and I can't tell you for fact, I don't know. I believe it's trauma that sets this off. Brothers and sisters, I want to give my thanks and praises to God, specifically for getting me out of this phase of Tourette syndrome. I had it, dude. And this is one of the hardest videos I've ever had to go through because it scared the fuck out of me, dude. And when I say it scared me, I thought I had to live the rest of my life like this. It fucking freaked me out, dude. Excuse my language. I don't like to curse. I want to also give my thanks and praises to the universe, dude. When I'm talking to some serious shit, man. And for mothers and fathers that are going through this right now with their children, just know there's hope at the end of the tunnel. And I'm going to tell you what helped me. It was alprazolam. Whether you like it or not, it was Xanax. Now, there's alternatives like a lower grade Ativan. There are alternatives. This is like, I don't like the word like. But understand, I've been through it. When I say I've been through some shit, again, I don't like to curse, but I get to curse right now because this is the way I feel. I've been through some shit, and I've seen things that you have not seen that would make you question everything, man. And am I proud of it? Dude, I'm so fucking proud. My grandfather was a boxer, okay? And he was not only a fighter, he was the man, dude. Shout out to Patrick McAteer, my grandfather. Dude, he held it down. Now, he fought in Madison Square Gardens back in the 1950s. Nobody gets to do that unless you are a badass. And he was a badass boxer until I'm not even going to say it. But he hurt somebody in the ring and may have killed him. Let's just leave it at that. But brothers and sisters, may peace be with you, also with you. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching my channel. If you have not subscribed by now, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. But brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers, if you know anybody with Tourette syndrome and it's your son or daughter going through it, there's hope, dude. I promise you there's hope, man. Because every other second I was doing it, and I'll never forget it. And it hurt me it really hurt me that bad. And to this day, there's like, I don't even like talking about it, but this is the first time I've gotten on camera and I've expressed my feelings. And yes, it scares the fuck out of me to this day, because what if I still had it? And I know there are people that still have it, but I promise you there's light at the end of the tunnel. And I know they're working hard right now to figure out what it is, if they haven't already figured it out. I haven't done my research on it. But brothers and sisters, I love you all so much. Just know I love you all so much. And I would not be saying this or stating this if it didn't mean that much to me. And I want to let you know I really love you all. And love will prevail. I can assure you love will prevail in this world. And that's what we're working on. The things I've seen in this world, and I believe what put me down this spiral of Tourette syndrome. They called it a nervous tic. I think that was the easy way saying is your son has Tourette syndrome. But dude, everything I did, I was really good at. I could have been a professional hockey player without a doubt. There was no question if and or buts. I could have easily became a professional hockey player. But then they moved me down here to Florida. I would never suggest moving your kids down here to Florida unless you're going to homeschool them, because I'll tell you what, first of all, down here we have the most fucked up school systems. Yeah, I'm allowed to curse in this one because I'm expressing my feelings to the fullest. Keep your kids in Virginia. Keep your kids up north and find the best school districts. If you don't want to homeschool, homeschooling is the future. And I want to let you know, again, my thanks and praises to God, my thanks and praises to the universe, and most of all, my thanks and praises to everybody that watches my channel. Thank you so much. And with that said, I'll leave it at that. May peace be with you, also with you. I love you guys. Thank you.